Hello dear friend, and welcome to On This Day SMR with me, Edward Hertz, where we take a look back through history at events which took place on this day. The rain is gently pittering and pattering away on the window, and the fire is crackling away nicely in the hearth. So put your headphones on, sit back, relax, and let me take you on a journey back through time. Today is Sunday the 4th of February 2024, and we have 45 events to cover today, going all the way back to the year 211. Starting with the most recent event which happened 4 years ago in 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic causes all casinos in Macau to be closed for 15 days. 9 years ago in 2015, Trans-Asia Airways Flight 235 with 58 people on board en route from the Taiwanese capital, Taipei, to Kinmen crashes into the Keelung River just after takeoff, killing 43 people. 16 years ago in 2008, civic mobilizations in Colombia against FARC under the name A Million Voices Against the FARC. 20 years ago in 2004, Facebook, a mainstream online social networking site, is founded by Mark Zuckerberg and Eduardo Saverin. 21 years ago in 2003, the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia adopts a new constitution, becoming a loose confederacy between Montenegro and Serbia. 24 years ago in the year 2000, the World Summit Against Cancer for the New Millennium, Charter of Paris is signed by the President of France, Jacques Chirac, and the Director General of UNESCO, Koichiro Matsuura, initiating World Cancer Day, which is held on February the 4th every year. 25 years ago in 1999, unarmed West African immigrant Amadou Diallo is shot 41 times by 4 plainclothes New York City police officers on an unrelated stakeout, inflaming race relations in the city. 26 years ago in 1998, the 5.9 magnitude Afghanistan earthquake shakes Atakar province with a maximum Mercalli intensity of 7, very strong. With 2,323 killed and 818 injured, damage is considered extreme. 27 years ago in 1997, en route to Lebanon, 2 Israeli Sikorsky CH-53 troop transport helicopters collide in mid-air over northern Galilee, Israel, killing 73. In the same year, the Bojnerd earthquake measuring 6.5 magnitude strikes Iran. With a Mercalli intensity of 8, it kills at least 88 and damages 173 villages. 32 years ago in 1992, a coup d'etat is led by Hugo Chavez against Venezuelan President Carlos Andrés Pérez. 47 years ago in 1977, a Chicago Transit Authority elevated train rear-ends another and derails, killing 11 and injuring 180, the worst accident in the agency's history. 48 years ago in 1976, in Guatemala and Honduras, an earthquake kills more than 22,000. 49 years ago in 1975, Haicheng earthquake, magnitude 7.3 on the Richter scale, occurs in Haicheng, Liaoning, China. 50 years ago in 1974, the Symbionese Liberation Army kidnaps Patty Hearst in Berkeley, California. In the same year, in the M62 coach bombing, the Provisional Irish Republican Army, IRA, explodes a bomb on a bus carrying off-duty British Armed Forces personnel in Yorkshire, England. 9 soldiers and 3 civilians are killed. "57 years ago in 1967, in the Lunar Orbiter program, Lunar Orbiter 3 lifts off from Cape Canaveral's Launch Complex 13 on its mission to identify possible landing sites for the Surveyor and Apollo spacecraft. 58 years ago in 1966, All Nippon Airways Flight 60 plunges into Tokyo Bay, killing 133. 63 years ago in 1961, the Angolan War of Independence and the Greater Portuguese Colonial War begin. 76 years ago in 1948, Ceylon, later renamed Sri Lanka, becomes independent within the British Commonwealth. 79 years ago in 1945, in World War II, Santo Tomas internment camp is liberated from Japanese authority. In the same year, also in World War II, the Yalta Conference between the Big Three, Churchill, Roosevelt and Stalin, opens at the Livadia Palace in the Crimea. In the same year, and again in World War II, the British Indian Army and Imperial Japanese Army begin a series of battles known as the Battle of Pokoku and Irrawaddy River operations. 83 years ago in 1941, the United Service Organization, USO, is created to entertain American troops. "86 years ago in 1938, Adolf Hitler appoints himself as head of the Armed Forces High Command. 92 years ago in 1932, in the Second Sino-Japanese War, Harbin, Manchuria, falls to Japan. 112 years ago in 1912, Taylor Franz Reichelt dies while testing his self-made parachute on the Eiffel Tower. 125 years ago in 1819, the Philippine-American War begins when 4 Filipino soldiers enter the American zone in Manila, igniting the Battle of Manila. 163 years ago in 1861, in the American Civil War, in Montgomery, Alabama, delegates from 6 breakaway US states meet and initiate the process that would form the Confederate States of America on February the 8th. 165 years ago in 1859, the Codex Sinaiticus is discovered in Egypt. 178 years ago in 1846, the first Mormon pioneers make their exodus from Nauvoo, Illinois, westward towards Salt Lake Valley. 199 years ago in 1825, the Ohio legislature authorizes the construction of the Ohio and Erie Canal and the Miami and Erie Canal. 204 years ago in 1820, the Chilean Navy under the command of Lord Cochrane completes a 2-day-long capture of Valdivia with just 300 men and 2 ships. 214 years ago in 1810, in the Napoleonic Wars, Britain seizes Guadeloupe. 223 years ago in 1801, John Marshall is sworn in as Chief Justice of the United States. "227 years ago in 1797, the Riobamba earthquake struck Ecuador, causing up to 40,000 casualties. 230 years ago in 1794, the French legislature abolishes slavery throughout all territories of the French First Republic. It would be re-established in the French West Indies in 1802. 235 years ago in 1789, George Washington is unanimously elected as the first President of the United States by the U.S. Electoral College. 266 years ago in 1758, the city of Macapá in Brazil is founded by Sebastião Veiga Cabral. 321 years ago in 1703, in Edo, now Tokyo, all but one of the 47 Ronin commit seppuku, ritual suicide, as recompense for avenging their master's death. 469 years ago in 1555, John Rogers is burned at the stake, becoming the first English Protestant martyr under Mary I of England. 570 years ago in 1454, in the 13 Years' War, the Secret Council of the Prussian Confederation sends a formal act of disobedience to the Grand Master of the Teutonic Knights, sparking the 13 Years' War. "855 years ago in 1169, a strong earthquake strikes the Ionian coast of Sicily, causing tens of thousands of injuries and deaths, especially in Catania. 1064 years ago in the year 960, Zhao Kuangian declares himself Emperor Taizu of Song, ending the later Zhou and beginning the Song dynasty. 1813 years ago in the year 211, following the death of Roman Emperor Septimius Severus at Iberacum, modern York, England, while preparing to lead a campaign against the Caledonians, the empire is left in the control of his two quarrelling sons, Caracalla and Geta, whom he had instructed to make peace. So that is all we have for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you found our little trip back through history both relaxing and informative. If you did indeed like the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and also consider leaving a comment below. All feedback is very much welcome. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. It will really help the channel grow and will ensure that you are notified of future videos. Be sure to turn on notifications so that you are notified of future videos as soon as they are posted. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time.